So this is, you know, what most people just loosely term these as red ball systems. Well, that's because there's a ball in there, but this is a wiggler system. And wiggler also has these, this is a row sensing unit. See that like little turbine in there? Well, there's a jet that goes up through as your fluid's going through, and it spins that turbine. And this has got its own Wi-Fi that goes into the cab, and it will monitor each row so I know if I have a plug or not. And we have it on both systems. So that's a pretty cool, fairly low cost option to some other monitoring systems. So to me, I think that's gonna be a good thing also. Here's one of these electric valves I was talking about. You know, if you just see that valve, I'll hit, that's the number 2. Hit, I gotta hit the right one. There it is, there you go. See how that turned? Now it's open, back off, shuts it off, and that one's turning off this hose, which goes up to the tanks up on the tractor. So let's walk up to the tractor.
Turn it one more time.
Yeah. It's just like a toy, isn't it? It's cool. It's like a little remote control toy. Yeah. Who doesn't like those, right? Okay, so I was always pulling the tank before, and you know, pulling the tank, I like doing that. I mean, a lot of capacity, but with a 24 row, you're almost, if you're trying to get tight in a corner, you have to go around corners when you're pulling the tank. And a 24 row, you're almost backing up those inside rows, and you do not want to do that with a planter. So basically, that size of planter, you about have to back into the corners. So a tank, that kind of leaves you out. And I got a lot of small fields. So decided to go with saddle tanks. I really believe the best saddle tanks on the market for this particular tractor is Yield 360 saddle tanks. Now that I've used them several days, it's what everybody says. They're really balanced well on the tractor. When you have a lot of weight in there, you don't hardly notice it, and I don't quite understand why you don't, but it's just the way they balance it and baffle it that there's no slop. The tractor feels the same with them on, even with a fair amount of weight. So really like those. Little option here, we put, I got rocks, right? So you got a rock box when you got rocks. I don't know, I'm sure some of you guys have rocks. So I didn't want to have a planter tractor without a rock box. And this rock box sticks out in front of ways, so it's a little hard to tell where you're at. So we needed a marker, and what better way to do it with the old red, white, and blue, right? Have a little patriotism, and I can also see where my front end's at. It's a double bubble. These tanks, we can fill out of the back, or we can fill right here. It's plumbed all the way to the back, so if I want to fill in my starter and 32 at the same time, we can do it out of the back, or we can come up to the front and do just these right here. So that's fairly much the tour on the planter, the different things that we've changed up this year. We're rolling through quite a few acres a day. You know, liquid does slow you down, there's no doubt about it. Guys that don't have liquid on get considerably more done than I do, just because you spend a fair amount of time filling. It's all about that. And then if you have any issues too with the system or any leaks. But anyway, like the system, I think we designed it well. I got a few bugs we're working out yet, but I think it's gonna be all right. That's my planter.